Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I want to share a few fun DIYs that you can incorporate into your home for the holidays. And the best part is that they are budget friendly, repurposing ornaments from years past. They're easy to make and I know that you will love it. So it's going to be a fun video, so make sure to stick around and subscribe to the channel. For our first DIY, we're going to make marble ornaments. I'm using an acrylic paint from Sherwin-Williams. It's called Bittersweet Stem. It's been in the basement for a while, so it's very thick. We're going to fix that by adding a little bit of water to dilute it. We are also reusing these clear black spheres from the Dollar Tree. I just wanted to show you what I did with my girls years ago. We just added pom-poms to create a fun activity for them for Christmas. So we're going to remove that and use these for our project. We are also using a little bit of black to create that marble effect and add it to our base color, and then our Krylon metallic gold spray. Before doing the marble step, I want to show you that with this clear ornaments, you can create your own using the color palette that you want in your home. Just add a quart of paint into the ornaments, swirl your sphere until it's all coated with the paint, and then dump the excess. It's as simple as that. If you're going with a specific color palette, maybe to match your living room or your home in general, this is an easy and cost-effective way to have that specific color. You'll end up with a custom and stunning ornament to match the rest of your home. And now to add that marble effect without the sparkle of the gold, you just add a little bit of that diluted black, and we're going to shake the ornament until it starts giving you that marble effect. And now to create this beauty, we're going to spray gold directly into the ornament. Just make sure to add gold to the sides of the ornament and not just on the center. I'm putting it upside down just to bring a little bit of that spray on the sides before I add the base color. Now we're gonna go a quarter of the way with that base color, and then we're going to add a little bit of that black. Now we're gonna swirl, turning it around slowly until you get that ornament all covered with those beautiful colors. I read and saw some tutorials of doing marbled ornaments, but the only thing I didn't like was that it doesn't give you the glossy effect. So that's why it's so important to do it with this plastic ornaments, because you're adding the paint inside and you're getting that beautiful gloss on the outside. Once you're satisfied with your veinings, just dump the excess. And then for the top, I went in with that same gold spray, but it didn't give me the color that I was looking for. So I used the Robin Buff paint to give it that beautiful and settled antique gold. This paste is amazing, it dries instantly, so once you're done, just pop that tab back in and add your favorite ribbon. I use this beautiful velvet khaki ribbon that ties in perfectly with my color palette for this Christmas 2022. For our next DIY, if you saw my Christmas haul, then you remember these bells that I bought at Ross for only $7.99. And they are copper, nothing wrong with them, but we just need a little bit of gold. So going in with the Robin Buff in antique gold and a foam brush. With the Robin Buff, a little goes a long way, so you just take a small amount of that paste and tap your item until well combined. If this is your first time here, hi, let me introduce myself. My name is Cindy, and on this channel I share tons of home decor, home organization, some cook with me, shop with me, all things home related. And I would love it if you hit the subscribe button and become of this community. Christmas is my favorite holiday, so I have a lot of content coming your way. This is my third video out of my Christmas series that you don't want to miss. As you can see, I added some dots of black paint and spread it out to get that worn effect. This creates some visual interest. It makes these bells look vintage. We're going to style these on my mantle in our next video, Decorate With Me Part 2, coming up soon. For our next DIY, I'm using these ornaments that does not match my color palette this year, but they are shudder-proof and in a matte finish, so they are perfect to add some paint. If the ones that you have at home are shiny or glossy, just spray paint them in a matte finish for the perfect canvas. So for this one, I want like a really earthy color, so I found this brown acrylic paint. I think it's in a matte finish, and I'm using the same cream color that we use for the marble, and I'm just going to brush it in with this foam roller, adding the darker color first on top just to cover the entire ornament, and then like halfway through I'm going in with the lighter color and mixing it up just to create depth. These distress ornaments are so popular, but they can get quite expensive, so we can create our own in the desired color. As you can see, the ornament is all covered, and hopefully you see the variation in colors. Then I'm going to take the rub and buff in antique gold and brush it on just to give it just a hint of sparkle. Once I was done with the gold, I just started adding a little bit more paint to the ornament using the foam brush just to add more dimension and to cover a little bit of that gold, not to make it that shiny. And it gave me this earthy, almost like terracotta, beautiful ornament that complements the marble one because we are using almost the same colors. So all those earthy tones are combining pretty well. Now for every DIY, I'm doing 6 or more ornaments, so I still have a lot on the last one, those like copper orangey ones. So using the same brown, I wanted to go a deeper brown, so I added a couple of dots of red paint and incorporated it into that brown to give me a different shade of brown and add it to those ornaments. So with the foam brush, I'm just going to brush that color all around my ornament. At the end for the bottom one, I just added a toothpick because we are going to bring this outside and spray a glossy glaze spray to make it glossy. For these, I gave it 3 coats of glaze. You just gotta be really careful with this because you don't want it to be runny. Once dry, I brought it back in, popped in the cap, and they were ready to use. Next are going to be glass distress with a powder finish. I have an inspiration for this. These glass ornaments I bought last year, but I never used it. They are almost 4 inches in diameter. This is not your standard size ornaments, which makes it even special. I'm gonna pop in an inspiration for this. I already did one and I am absolutely in love with this, you guys. I saw this on Amazon for $12 or $11 if I'm not mistaken for each of them. Imagine if you want to add these statement pieces into your tree. You'll definitely need at least 6 of these. To start, I didn't have burgundy paint on hand, so I needed to create my accent color. So I combined red, 1 dot of blue, and 1 dot of green paint to get a nice burgundy finish. Once the first coat was somewhat dry, I went in with the second one. And maybe that's what created the effect, because I was so eager to continue that I didn't let the second coat dry, and I started adding the baking soda to create that effect. And that's how I got the first one, so I did the other ones the same. So once I added the desired amount of baking soda, I started tapping it with the foam brush, and as you can see, it starts like blending in with that paint that is still not dry. And then I let it for 5 minutes or so, and then I went in back again with the foam brush, trying to brush out that powder that is like really white, so it can still incorporate with this first layer. And in just a second, you're gonna see some of the original ornament color peeking through. So what I did was I went back in with a little bit of paint, just a tap, and then add the baking soda back again and tap it. Once they were completely dry, I add back the cap, which I also did the rub and buff method to blend with the same gold that we are. Added a beautiful chiffon burgundy ribbon. Our next and final DIY are dehydrated citrus. I use grapefruit. This is so fun for the holidays. So many ways to use it. You can garnish your cocktails, use it as a potpourri, as ornaments, as garlands. The possibilities are endless. So what we are doing is we're cutting thin slices. I chose grapefruit. I was looking for blood orange because I wanted it to give me that burgundy burnt orange instead of a regular orange, that it will go more towards orange. So to match my decor, because you're gonna see this as an ornament on my Christmas tree, and it came out really pretty. Once you're done cutting your oranges, line a baking pan with parchment paper, and as I am placing it on the baking pan with a paper towel, I'm removing some of the excess liquid to speed up the drying process. I put it in the oven at 300 degrees for 4 hours, flipping it in between, and this is what I got, you guys. For the ornament, I just poke a little hole and add a twine, and look at this beautiful vintage and so natural ornament that will definitely give your tree so much visual interest and texture for this holiday season. Another idea is to add it in a bowl with some star anise, cinnamon sticks, and to make it extra festive and fragrant, I added a sprig of fresh rosemary, and this smells divine. I style it in one of my nightstands, and this creates a beautiful vignette. Our color palette for this year 2022. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Inspirationbycp. God bless you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Happy holidays.